Work where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in blood. Rise awakening, now is the dawn.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.
Feel the hum beneath your skin, a pulse of light, let it begin. The night dissolves, the day will spin. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the time. Echoes bloom, they bend and glide. A signal surging deep inside. From shadows grip, we rise and rise. Tune the whispers, find your way. Tomorrow starts with sound today. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the time. It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can. Cold hands, warm heart. Will I wind up in steerage or travel first class? I wanna let go and give it my all, but scared that control will cause me to fall. Ooh, how to know, how to tell, no going back. I already fell. Is it time to surrender? Believe what I'm told. Do they love me for me? Am I being controlled? The rush that I feel, don't know if it's real. Am I up in control? Gaslighting and guilt, it all looks the same. One's controlling my life, will they have a new name? Feeling so strong, I wanna let go. Past keeps so dear in my mind, saying no. My heart is a mess. I so wanna say, is it time to surrender? Believe what I'm told. Do they love me for me? Am I being controlled? The rush that I feel, don't know if it's real. Am I under control? Part of my soul.
Welcome, everyone, to Phoenix Talks. That was Are They Part of My Soul? And that is the topic for tonight. I am Michka Brindlewolf Grant, and my lovely co-host,
Hello.
Rev D. Oh,
Yes.
man.
What
No,
a great
when-
song. You did well.
Thank you. Thank you. It was the topic that you gave me. It was like, okay, how am I going to put this together?
That was brilliant. You did it brilliantly. It worked.
Because you presented losing. When is the right time to surrender
Yeah,
in a relationship? Because we've talked about surrender and control before
right.
separately, but we haven't talked about them
Separately.
together
Right.
and wrapped it in a ball and called it relationship. And
Right.
also wanting to know whether or not, okay, am I being controlled at the same time?
Or am I being controlling?
That part too.
And we kind of touched upon that on the bloom, as far as like, are we projecting ourselves onto others? Are we trying to control their emotional responses? Are
Right.
we trying to take over responsibility for them and their actions? All that is a form of control.
Yeah.
So let's talk about all of that, because at the end of the day, sometimes these forms of control appear because we're in survival mode, because something doesn't make us feel safe, because we're just trying to feel safe in that relationship dynamic. And so everyone, I guess we're programmed and conditioned to just kind of surrender to a romantic interest, right? You got body chemistry involved. You feel like, oh, okay, let's just dive right in because there's body chemistry involved. But at the end of the day, what we fail to realize is that that doesn't mean that we know who they are as a person, that they're aware of. How aware of themselves are they, and who do they present themselves as?
Yeah.
And is it triggering you to where you feel like you have to control your environment or them in any kind of a way? Do you feel controlled? So it's this, yes, that face.
I mean, it's one of those, and I know that Bubble Kittens in the audience will appreciate this. I mean, it's one of those things of, oh crap, I've swapped DNA with somebody. Now what?
Right. Now what? What happens when the body chemistry dies down because there's nothing substantial underneath it? What are we surrendering to? What's
Yeah.
their character? So I think let's talk about the learning what to spot as feeling safe and allowing the trust to build. You can't surrender in a relationship unless the trust is built. The trust can't be built without consistency of actions and behaviors and words that match up to align with what it is that you're seeking and interested in. And
Exactly.
so we need to give time for life to unfold so we can watch and observe if that person meets our needs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we really, surrendering right out the gate is not a good idea.
No.
Caution and discernment need to maintain.
Oh yeah. And you and I as coaches have had many people who have left toxic relationships. Sometimes we've assisted them in leaving them. And then they enter into a new relationship and oh shit, red flags all over the place because it looks like he's trying to control me or she's trying to control me. And I don't know if this is right. And it doesn't feel right. And okay, let's take a step back. Let's zoom back instead of zooming in, because right now we're zoomed in on what's going on. Is it just a looks like, smells like, feels like? Are you projecting what looks like something that you've been through before onto what you're experiencing with this other person? Or are they actually trying to control you? Is it narcissism? Is it abuse? Is it control? Or is it memory? Is it real or Memorex?
So pay attention to what the beginning of the relationship looked like, because a lot of that is love bombing. If it's an unhealthy, trauma bond kind of toxic situation, that love bombing dies down and their stance changes. So even 2-3 months in, sometimes 2 years in, depends on how insidious your narky is. So it's like, but pay attention to subtle changes in beliefs or values, whereas they aligned with yours in the beginning, and now all of a sudden they're questioning your integrity and picking on tiny little details to try to destabilize you. There's comments that are made in jest, like a joke or sarcasm. There's all kinds of different types of ways that someone's going to destabilize you so that they can control you. So if you felt safe in the beginning because they were mirroring you and being the person you needed them to be, and they're no longer the same person, there's that surrender to the fact that they're not the same person that they presented themselves to be in the beginning.
Yeah.
So pay attention to the little tiny signs of what control looks like in a dynamic of relationship, so that you can decide if you're safe and if trust can be built, because inconsistency is a massive red flag. Okay, you can't build trust without consistency.
Right.
Okay, that's important. Now let's talk about you. How are you controlling in a relationship?
Yeah, this week seems to be a little bit more of, okay, let's take a step back and from looking at what others are doing to us and how are we acting towards them. There seems to be a call for that this week, to really take a look at what words are you saying? What
Right.
judgments are you imposing? What opinions are you dead set on that are unwavering?
And are you not showing up completely honest and authentic just to not sabotage what you're projecting might be something healthy? Or are you being dishonest because you're afraid of not being palatable or aligned with the person and you want to so much be what they're looking for? So
That's good.
like that's part of it as well in all
Mhm.
of what he just said. So
Are you so desperate to lose control and surrender that you become somebody you're not
mhm,
to acquire that
right,
and to maintain it once
right,
it's found?
right.
Because in the wrong hands, that leads to a long line of having to deprogram.
Yeah. So let's talk about assumptions, expectations, and projections that we place onto a relationship. And we're saying the word relationship. A lot of that means hold that thought. Actually, you take over and say something. Let me just get my door real quick. They don't know I'm on live.
Oh, cool. She just went
Thanks.
into a different direction and wants me to keep going that way. I got distracted by the knock first. The expectations in a relationship and what are you setting? Oh my goodness. I You got me at an impasse. Sorry, squirrel brain. I heard the knock before. So,
Yeah. So the
I love that
expectation.
these are live and we can make mistakes like this and it doesn't matter.
Hey, it's all good. The expectations and projections that we put onto the person that we're interested in or that we're in a relationship with, and I want to say in any dynamic, because the reality is family dynamics matter, friendship dynamics matter, because we're still going to project what we decide that we need them to be onto them. And why? Because we're trying to make ourselves feel safe. So we're projecting our expectations, what we want them to be, instead of seeing them for the reality that they are.
I mean, if you go into a situation, and I know this the hard way, or if you go into a relationship with the idea that, okay, I'm a pretty selfish person. I have boundaries around my time. This is what I'm going to do, and you're just going to have to work around it. That doesn't always work out too well.
No.
If you go in rigid without being able to be flexible, then it's not a cooperative relationship. It's not going to last. It's going to be a swap DNA next.
If it's that dynamic, yes.
If it's that dynamic, if you're unwavering, or even if the other person is unwavering, and you now people like myself who have been single for a while get into our own rhythms, get into our own routines, and having somebody else come in interrupting that routine, we're going to throw expectations that they're going to be as flexible with us as they expect us to be with them.
That's because we make assumptions, and that's the other big no-no that I wanted to talk about, because another way that we control other people is to make assumptions about what their intentions are and what they're looking for. Again, in any relationship dynamic, but I know we all love to talk about the romantic ones, so and that one's honestly the most painful because you have the most at stake
Right.
in that dynamic. Well, for the most part. I mean, I know family's a close second, but it's that intimate partner dynamic that has a lot more at stake for one reason or another. So when we try to protect ourselves from what might be, and we decide that we're going to choose how we experience that person, we may slather assumptions all over them. And if you think about it, that's not fair, because if you're not being authentic with who you are in that dynamic, how are they supposed to know if they want to even be with you? And how do you know that you even want to be with them? You're kind of robbing them yourself by trying to control the circumstance and keep yourself safe. You're robbing yourself from the opportunity to see if you're even actually aligned. And then you can decide if you want to surrender in that circumstance and situation. How can you do that if you don't have all the facts? So,
Liking the same song does not mean that you're aligned.
right.
Enjoying the same movies does not mean that you're aligned.
Right.
Having the same religious belief does not mean you're aligned.
It is messy, Bubble Kittens.
It's so messy.
Yeah. And I see Cash Angel's been there, done that as well.
She had to run, so she'll be listening.
Did she ran off already? Okay.
But welcome in Sheila and everybody else who's tuning in live, and thank you everybody just real quick that are tuning into the replay. Appreciate you checking this out.
So we're tackling this topic, and the song choice that you made, or the title of the song. Repeat that again and tell me how you tied that into this topic. I know what you're going to say.
Are they part of my soul?
Yes.
Because it's one of those things of, am I in alignment with the people that I'm around? And it's not just romantic relationship, even though that's what most of the lyrics are based around, but that can be applied to any situation. Cold hand, warm hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I should grab the lyrics.
Yeah, you did very well, by the way.
Because I don't remember them. I don't remember all of them. I remember how it starts.
So that's the alignment piece. That's the alignment piece that we were talking about, because we need to be aligned in order to allow ourselves to surrender. So don't rob yourself of that alignment by trying to control the circumstances around you, by trying to control how they respond to you. Just let them respond to you and see what that feels like to you. Does that feel aligned with you?
Yep. I mean, in the second verse, the feelings I juggle, are they rubber or glass? Will I wind up in steerage or travel first class? That can be applied to just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let go and give it my all, but scared that control will cause me to fall.
Right. So you said scared. It's our fear, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's the fear. The fear of what? Being abandoned again?
Abandoned, rejected,
What are your
invalidated.
fears?
Right.
There's your homework. What are you afraid of? What are your fears? What is it that you're not allowing yourself to trust yourself in order to just let things unfold for you to observe and witness and determine and discern? What fear
What
is
decisions are you afraid to surrender to that you know are right?
Mm-hmm.
In any relationship? Surrendering to the fact that you've been controlled and you need to speak up about that is also part of it.
AKK Studios says, I'm so used to controlling over me that it scares me to open up when someone seems to be real and true. Yeah. So that's why we need consistency over time. I don't blame you for using caution, but you need to see consistency over time, over different circumstances, in order to decide fully and completely if there's that trust being built.
Gaslighting and guilt, it all looks the same. Once controlling my life, will they have a new name?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big fear.
Right.
Not just
It is.
not just romantically. I mean, I would have that fear in employment. Especially the second that I thought that I was being stepped on the way that I used to be stepped on. Am I going to be able to have the kind of control that I need? Are they going to expect the kind of control that I'm like, bah. Is the control, or is, if I surrender to what their expectations are, am I going to lose control of who I am?
And the different dynamics. You mentioned employment. The different dynamics are going to present a different version of you, aren't they? So how much of the version of you can you present that's palatable and acceptable?
Right.
Socially, professionally, whatever. And it's the same thing in the intimate relationship and your family. How much of yourself can you present before it's dangerous? It's all about safety. It comes back down to trying to help ourselves feel safe. And so there's the healthy control. Remember the healthy control. Let's review that just so folks remember.
There is healthy control.
Your boundaries, right? We help ourselves by setting healthy boundaries and just witnessing and observing responses without instead fearing what their reaction might be or how you're going to be perceived or received. That's the kind of stuff that will keep you inauthentic. So instead, remind yourself you're collecting data. You're trying to decide what's aligned with you. So go ahead and say what you got to say and set boundaries you got to set and be honest. Because if you're not, how are you supposed to know what's aligned for you? You're not required to be polite. That's programming. You can throw that in the trash. I mean, it's nice to be kind, but you know, if it's not aligned, you don't have to people please or any of that lovely bullshit we're trying to heal from.
Can you surrender to the fact that you cannot control how other people are going to judge?
Yeah, I'm going to let that one sit there for a minute because they need to let that sit in. Are you afraid of being perceived? Why are you afraid of being perceived? And is that a mindset that's limiting you and stopping you from finding your people and being in a healthier dynamic within every one of your relationships? Your fear of your perception of how you're perceived is going to even stop you from relaxing in any dynamic.
Sheila, that's who AKK Studios Gaming is. Her name's Sheila. And Sheila, that is a question that so many people have had to overcome.
So Sheila's a fellow recovering people pleaser.
I mean, think about it. Think about how I typically present myself. Hello. Mohawk, long earrings. In certain situations, this would not be a safe look. But in most situations, I degaff. Because this is me.
And we love Michka, just as he is.
And now sisters are arguing in the chat. That's okay. Nobody forced you to push the play button.
I know there's a lot going on. So let's talk about what's blocking us from allowing ourselves to be our fullest expression.
Assumption
of how we're going to be perceived.
Yep. Assumption of being silly, being too much, how we're perceived, if we're looking okay. How many times does anybody think about, I can't go out looking like this? This is an assumption that other people are going to give a fuck how you look. Now, a lot of people, when that statement is made, will be like, well, I like to go out to look presentable. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Understandable. That's a good reason, because you like how you look. You are okay with how you go out. And when you don't go out the way that you like to look, then, okay, you feel naked. That's completely different. But with the perception of what... Sorry, I'm reading the chat as I'm talking. I usually do tell you exactly how I feel, especially on here. I'm not going to fluff.
And I see that. Hi, Lunaria. She's saying that, and not believing enough in ourselves. We make an assumption that we think people think we're not enough, or we believe that we're not enough as we are. And these assumptions are, again, to what? Control the circumstances. Why? So we can feel safe. So I think your homework is going to be, let yourself feel a little uncomfortable so that you can get to the truth. Show up as you so you can get to the truth, and just let yourself be a little bit uncomfortable, but do it in arenas that your nervous system is already relaxed around and feels safe around. Don't go willy-nilly trying to, do it, at the job or something. It's like, don't show up for the job you want and come in a Wonder Woman costume. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That part. That part.
use your discernment.
But when it just comes to going out and how you present yourself, be you. Now, like you were referring to, I mean, if the real you belongs in a nudist colony, well, we're going to have another conversation, simply because of agreements in society on what is appropriate and what is not.
And I see a few of the comments talking about how there's a fear of not being good enough or being too much. So it's like both extremes.
Yeah.
And it depends on who you're around, isn't it? It really depends on who's around you. Who are you surrounding yourself with? And who does your nervous system feel safe around? If you feel like you're too much or not enough, your nervous system's not safe. They may not be your people, or they may just be ignorant or have limiting beliefs that aren't yet at your level of understanding, right? Don't forget, you're your own person. You're your
Yep.
own person. Not everyone is going to think like you.
And there was a comment from Karen over on YouTube. The biggest thing we project onto others in controlling way is, you need to be happy so I can be. Yes, I totally agree, because sometimes we put too much pressure on somebody else to maintain our happy. We're happy, but we need somebody else to maintain it. And if they can't maintain us being happy so that we can continue that, well, we're just not in alignment. Well, I'm not going to disagree with that, but when that's a requirement, an assumption, an expectation, that people around you are happy because you're happy, then you're still acting in a trauma bond.
And Karen, the reason why you're trying to make somebody else happy is because you feel better if they feel better. So it's really about you protecting your own energy and not absorbing whatever it is that they're experiencing, just observing their experience for what it is instead of taking it on. There's your homework.
And Lunaria said, people in my family comment that I dress too bohemian, and yet when I went to the aquarium last weekend, I dressed as I enjoy doing, bohemian style. And 3 separate women went out of their way to come up to me and say they loved my outfit, so I'm going to be me and say, fuck those who don't like it.
Good. Absolutely.
But boho is short for bohemian. I don't know how, but but it is. That's
I think I see what Sheila wrote too, and I'm not sure what you meant by that, Sheila. Do you mean like that you're being judged or you're judging? Because I know that 2 different things, but at the end of the day, those judgments and expectations that we're projecting out onto others, we do already feel about ourselves. So it's already a limiting belief that we're carrying. So if nothing else, your ability to control stuff in a healthy way allows you to expand, and your ability to your decision, I'm going to change that to decision, your decision to control your environment in a way that is not productive or healthy or in alignment with you is very limiting. So try to pay attention to yourself going forward and seeing what are you doing that is limiting you from finding what you can safely surrender into. How much of yourself can you give to someone, depending on the dynamic and how your nervous system responds to them? I say nervous system because it's your
Well,
first indicator. Your body tells you first
yeah,
that I myself am being judged, is what Sheila says.
yeah.
Okay, so that's your fear of being perceived. So in that fear of being perceived is the need for external validation. And that need for external validation is going to make you feel more rejected if you don't receive the kind of validation that you're looking for. You don't need someone else to accept you. You need to accept you. Someone else's judgment is the judgment they hold of themselves. So if you don't believe the same thing they do, don't take on their judgments of you that are projected.
No, because that could be bad.
I wasn't ready for that.
That was in response to Bubble
That's in
Kittens.
response to the comment because I didn't see the comment.
Because Bubble Kitten said, so far my nervous system screams like a goat. So, I was just waiting for the right moment.
It was perfect. Yes, Sheila, the body keeps score. Yes. So we have to trust our nervous system.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And dress however that you damn well please. Listen, I dress like a 5-year-old dressed me sometimes. I don't really give a shit.
I was thinking a second ago, I don't understand why when we go to meet somebody the first time, we want to look our best. Do we always look our best? No.
What is our best? That might be different than your person you're visiting's idea of what the best is. I mean, is it evening gown or sweats and a t-shirt? I don't know.
I mean, if you live in an evening gown, I mean, if that's how you present yourself, whenever you go out, wherever you do, or wherever you go, whatever you do, okay, then let that be your first meeting. I'm not saying if you like to walk around the house buck naked, yes, I brought it up again, that's how you should meet somebody because, dear God. I'm sorry, I blame the antivirals, but filters are off. No holds barred on this one.
Listen, whatever.
Don't you judge me. Oh, wait, you're judging me. Stop judging me.
See that? I'm trying to read comments here.
That's why. I'm doing this on purpose, actually.
I know. You do, you.
Because when you meet somebody for the first time, you want to see them. So when you are looking to surrender, how do you surrender to something when you're putting on a mask to meet them the first time?
Right.
That's the point. I mean, when you're going out to get a job, you want to present that you are capable of looking presentable. Okay? Can you surrender to that? Granted, I've been a boss and I've seen some of the ways that people came in and I hired them anyway just because I needed people in the roads. But a lot of times, if they came in smelling, if they came in with their hair undone and they weren't shaved and their clothes were falling off, smelled like they hadn't washed them in 2 weeks, I didn't necessarily want them in my store. Because of my own expectations of what I wanted to have in there.
Karen says, wearing clothes, there is a sort of a shield. So I have a different opinion on all this and how it goes back to us trying to feel safe within ourselves, right? Because we want to be accepted. We want to be accepted. We want to be perceived in a manner in which that is going to be productive for us.
Obviously. I mean, when I get going like this, I'm an extremist. So listen to the point, not what I'm pointing to, not the directness. But I'm just saying, because some of it's a little bit of...
what Karen is saying is clothes is sort of a shield. In some ways, that's true. You're controlling what you're wearing to present yourself in a specific way. But
Right.
underneath that is to protect yourself. So taking what Lunaria was, since we're on the topic of clothing on this subject, let's roll with it. Since Lunaria is saying that, the way she dresses is not acceptable in certain circles, but it is in others, I say make a combination of the two for yourself and make it your own. So you're not necessarily using it as a shield of protection and looking a way that fits into boxes, but in a way that honors who you are as a person and allows you to show up authentically whilst also maintaining the rules and regulations of
Right.
culture and society, if you will.
Right.
So that's how we can help ourselves with healthy control over, instead of using something as a protective measure. Gotcha. Yeah, Karen, I get it, Karen. I mean, be authentic in what you wear.
Right.
Your clothing is a self-expression, and that's another way that people can find you. If, like Lunari was saying, those three other ladies randomly, well, then those are your people. So let them find you, even in your physical expression on this plane of existence. But on an emotional and energetic level,
Right.
show up in a way that's going to be more authentic, so that you're not projecting something that is controlling how they perceive you, because that's not fair either.
Right. And that's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to shield yourself just to look nice to gain approval, I mean, that's an added bonus. We want people to be approving. It is. It's an added bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're going on a first date. God, I hope they like me. But if either one of you are just presenting so that you're liked, how much attention are you putting your focus on in that presentation, in that mask? Is it a mask? If it's not a mask and you are being you, then poo-poo everything that I just said, because it doesn't apply to you. But anybody else, when you are in friendship, boss, whatever the case is, yes, you want to be seen. You want to lose control, while at the same time gaining some type of control over, in the good way, so that potentially later on you have something to surrender to.
It's all about being authentic at the end of the day, because the authenticity is the key, isn't it? And you got to be honest with yourself in order to be honest with others. So in what ways are you betraying yourself in order to present yourself in a way that's not authentic? And in what way are you betraying yourself in order to control the circumstances in a way that's not authentic? Are you setting healthy boundaries to maintain your authenticity? Are you speaking up for yourself to maintain your authenticity? Are you wearing what is aligned with who you are as a person to maintain your authenticity? These are all questions you can ask yourself and become consciously aware of the little microaggression ways you have against yourself to sabotage yourself and limit yourself.
Right.
But in relationship dynamics, you need to feel safe in order to surrender and to open up fully and complete to that person, to create that connection and that bond that you really desire, that your soul really wants, So if you don't find that in the dynamic, you need to move on and move forward.
And there's a difference that many people don't think about when it comes to compromise. I mean, there's some people that I've heard talk to me about compromise and that it's a bad thing. Then there are some people that I talk to that say it's a good thing. But when it comes to being in control or under, is the compromise genuine, productive, healthy or is it controlling?
Is it equitable?
Don't know what that means? Look it up. Meaning, does it produce?
Are we equal? Are we sharing the same level of experience, or is one person benefiting more than the other? Now, I'm not talking about that. That's not going to be a dynamic that shifts over time. That's irrelevant because that's natural progression. What I'm talking about is there a consistent imbalance, and are you sacrificing yourself more often than not? And if so, then you need to step back and reevaluate so that you can redirect yourself into somewhere that is more aligned with you,
Right.
including with family. I hate to say that, but that's the truth. You don't want to believe that, but the reality is the family is just the family you're connected to your first experiences in this planet, on this world, is to have those people around you. But that doesn't mean that if they're not aligned with you, that you need to, keep yourself in toxic situations. By all means, use your discernment of how involved they are in your life.
Sometimes you got to say goodbye to family. It sucks.
I distanced myself from my family, and I love my family very dearly. I absolutely adore my family. I mean, I'm close to my siblings, but I'm saying generally.
Yeah.
And the parents specifically, and I absolutely adore them and I love them with all my heart. And I had a great childhood. I'm not saying that I didn't, but it was also quite toxic because of the unhealthy dynamics that were involved there. So it was also quite traumatizing at the same time. So I know that they haven't evolved and they're not meant to evolve. So I understand that I love them dearly from over here, and I
Yeah.
allow them to be who they are over there. And I know from my personal experience that me being with them and presenting myself in my fullest expression is not safe. And so what I'll do is I'm not inauthentic. They just don't get all of me. And I think that's where I want you to go with this in your practices and in your homework, is discerning just exactly how much each individual gets of you and how much of yourself you express to those individuals based on their level of alignment with you. If they're not completely aligned with you, don't give them so much of you. They don't have the privilege of experiencing those aspects of you yet because they can't meet you where you're at.
Yep.
You might have to rewind and listen to that one again.
Feeling so strong, I want to let go. Past keeps appearing, my mind saying no.
Yeah. Yeah. And Lunaria's right. I mean, let your family do whatever they do. You don't have to show up. You don't have to participate. And it's okay if they're mad about that. It's okay if you're the scapegoat and you're the reason for the fights in the family. It's okay, because that's not your responsibility. That's that you're controlling through over responsibility and people pleasing. That's self-sacrificing, and that is not required. You can't fully surrender into your flow in life if you're being inauthentic within your relationship dynamics. Yeah, see, even Sheila has a very controlling family. And this is the systemic problem. It's programming. It's just the patriarchal system that as it exists now. This is a systemic problem. Religion, culture, society. It is all of these dynamics.
Right. And I cannot go into detail, but I have been in the middle. There was one time that it was very damaging because I created a very toxic situation unknowingly and had no intention of it happening, but didn't stop it either. Then the lesson I learned from that, when there was another issue, I stepped back. I made my boundaries and said, we are not playing sides. because I knew eventually, now, me listening to my intuition, me listening to my gut, my guidance, it was very difficult. It put me in a very difficult situation. But the opportunity for healing to happen was increased because I didn't step in, because I didn't take sides, because I knew that by trying to control one side over the other, things were not going to end well, least of all for me. So when it comes to a family dynamic, surrender to the fact that whatever's going on between mama and sister, papa and brother, papa and uncle, whatever the case is, you don't have to get involved. And you can still have a relationship separately with either end. It's not easy, but it's possible.
For those of you feeling stuck because you don't know what your purpose in life and don't know where you belong and where belonging makes sense, because there might be a couple of you that resonate with that comment. Please understand that is exactly a result from the controlling environment that you came from, because you haven't been allowed to self-discover to that degree that you're doing it now in being in this kind of a chat room and expanding your knowledge and healing and whatnot. You are just discovering who you are now, and that's okay. That's that's totally fine. It's okay to not have a solid idea of who you are, where you're going, what you're supposed to be doing. Part of this journey is just discovering all of that by being authentic and making choices and selecting individuals around you that are really authentically aligned with who you want to become and who you feel like you want to become. If you try it on and it doesn't fit, that's okay too. It's okay to move on. The idea is the healthy control is what needs to take over, and you need to step more into authenticity in order for you to be able to surrender into a nice life with flow and with people coming in that are more aligned with you. So get yourself more aligned authentically, and then those answers will come.
Right. Discovering yourself late in life, and you're in your 40s.
Yeah. And this is especially true for females, males too, but differently for females, because we've been slapped with identity at birth, whereas men have more of an opportunity to decide. And that's the systemic dynamic that we exist in. So yes, we can discover who the heck we are later in life when we're not over responsible for who's around us and taking care of everyone else's needs except for our own, right? This self-love and healing journey is about taking care of our needs and making our needs at the forefront of our goals so that we can thrive as human beings, right? We're trying to reach our fullest potential. We're not going to do that if we're controlling every situation to keep us safe. Instead, the healthy control that feels uncomfortable will move us forward into that surrender that we're looking for.
Yep. And in those situations like I was just describing, it's not a safe feeling. But at the same time, you stand your ground. You need to talk to them. Talk to them. I'm not the one. We have our own relationship. You have your relationship with them. Just be firm. Be authentic. Be who you want. Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Who do you want to be? Where are you going? What do you want to do? Do you have the answers? No? Good. That means you still get to look.
Now release control of having to know the outcome.
Haha.
And on that note, it might be a good pause. You guys got a lot of homework to do this week.
Oh my goodness, we threw
Yeah,
a ton at them this week.
we did, and we'll see you. This is me. We'll see you at the core tomorrow. This is my booking platform, but you can certainly find me on all the socials and whatnots and in the chats and stuff. So join the chats too if you're not in them.
We'll help her get one of the link.bio set up so that all of her socials are in one place too.
I have beacons, but I don't use it right. It's just like
I got you. I'll help you.
I'm not doing any of this right. It's all good. It's whatever.
Well, it's not. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Perhaps you need to book a session.
Well, this the socials are all not my forte. I go no, not socials. We don't like those.
But everything Brindlewolf is over in that link. You can it's down below, or you can scan the QR code. Either way. And don't forget, my Risers in Flight subscription through my Phoenix Path Facebook group is $10 a month until March 20th. So you have until after next week's show, basically, to sign up. Otherwise, it goes up to $33 a month. But the $10 a month is guaranteed until the end of 26. And with that said, we will be back tomorrow morning
For the core.
for the core. Can't wait.
We love
It's going to
you.
be love you. Love yourselves, please.
Go love yourself.
And ask yourself again, are they? See you next week.
Cold hands, warm hearts, better together, better apart. Giving in, working out, talking peace, a quiet shout, which is bent, heart or mind, moving forward, left behind. Is it time to surrender? Believe what I'm told. Do they love me for me? Am I being controlled? The rush that I feel, don't know if it's real. Am I under control? Are they part of my soul? The feelings I juggle, are they rubber or glass? Will I wind up in steerage or travel first class? I wanna let go and give it my all, but scared that control will cause me to fall. How to know, how to tell, no going back. I already fell. Is it time to surrender? Believe what I'm told. Do they love me for me? Am I being controlled? The rush that I feel, don't know if it's real. Am I up in control? Gaslighting and guilt, it all looks the same. One's controlling my life, will they have a new name? Feeling so strong, I wanna let go. Past keeps so dear in my mind, saying no. My heart is a mess. I so wanna say It's Brindlewolf and Diane. So listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talks, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune